Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Potluck Podcast. And this is your bumper disclaimer.
Parental and/or sponsor advisory. Our goal is to offer a recovery-based podcast with a twist of humor. The expressions and opinions voiced here are those of the individual speaker and are not of the collective. Our primary purpose is to carry the message and to help others to achieve sobriety. We don't feel the need to be original, but we certainly don't want to be extra crispy.
So we have a special guest today with us. Megan, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing
I'm doing good.
fantastic.
Grateful to be here. Grateful to be a part of your guys' podcast, and excited to see what we're going to talk about.
Long awaited and well overdue.
Yeah.
Yes, most definitely. So guys, how was the week?
It was alright. Long week, yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like it was like 8 days instead of 7, you know?
8 days instead of 7.
Yeah, work was long, yeah.
Yeah, but it still works. So,
It was, yeah. It was still work.
Yeah,
Good
sometimes
stuff.
work feels like work.
Well, sometimes it feels worse than work. You know what I mean? Just saying.
Yeah. We stayed busy this week, so it was pretty good week. The busier we stay, the quicker.
This is flying.
This is flying.
This is flying.
Flying. For sure.
It was like Beauty and the Beast with the...
Unlike childhood, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. That.
Yeah, we're not going there. Sean, your week?
My week?
Yeah.
My week?
Your week.
My work week, yes. It was all right. It was relieving. Getting back in the saddle, you know what I'm saying? Beginning to, I guess you could say, restart of sorts, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of doing what had got me where I am, you know what I mean?
So are you?
Fell out of the saddle a little bit, kind of sideways on the horse, if you get my drift. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Horses don't
Had to
drift.
pull
But,
myself up.
yeah.
Huh? No, but you can drift on a horse.
Can you? Okay. All right. So you're starting on a
As
little.
long as you don't catch the horse's drift, you're okay.
Okay. Yeah. Heard that. So you're starting. I noticed on a little bit more solids on the food.
We always been solid, brother.
Alrighty then. Sheesh.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Megan, how was your week? How's your life?
My work week was long. I feel like I toiled a lot, and I feel like my recovery is tested the most when I am at work.
Yeah.
Because that's whenever it's time to apply those principles and really put them into action. But we had a full week. We had a full week at my full-time job, and then my part-time job. We had a good day. But by the end of like the last hour of my part-time, I was on the floor. I was ready to go home.
Yeah.
On the floor.
Yeah.
Like laying on the floor.
Like sitting on the floor for like the last hour because I was tired.
Indian style?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Crisscross applesauce.
Yeah.
Meditate.
Yeah. These are my religious beliefs. Sorry. But
said that.
it made Saturday worth it.
Yeah.
It made that rest day worth it.
Dear Diary, have Megan expand on toil.
Yeah. I was
Toil.
actually...
Let's hear about it.
Like just toiling. TOIL.
Yeah, no, I figured
You
out
know how to spell it.
Can I use that in a sentence?
Yes, please.
Just,
No, you already did that too.
just at work, exhausting myself, toiling, like using up all my resources, and but that's a good thing today, because in the past, like I used all that energy to like hunt down drugs and alcohol and hunt down the next way of getting it and how to get it. So just taking that same zeal, that same energy that I have inside of myself, and using it on something that's worthwhile.
Yeah.
So toiling.
Yeah.
Toiling.
Yeah.
Huh.
I can recall toiling now that you say that.
I wonder.
I've used all these other lies, but they ain't gonna work no more. You have to toil up another lie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm trying to put toil together
Toil.
with toilet and can't
No,
figure
don't
out
do that.
why.
Don't do that. Don't do
That's
that.
weird.
I mean,
No.
it sounds like the main word in a.
No, it does, but
Okay.
no.
Okay.
No. You're spending too much of your toil on that.
See, you're full of toil.
I guess that's really why like my week was so long, bro. Like we just got back to work last Tuesday, so all this week, like I busted my ass at work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like by Friday, I was ready to go. Like we got let off early. You know what I'm saying? But like when I got home, I was so tired. Like all week was. I get home till 3, I think, most of the night. You know what I mean? I get there at 3 in the afternoon. So shit, killed myself at work. It's being noticed. You know what I mean? And that's another thing too. Like in the madness, like I wasn't really noticed for anything except for showing up late, not being around or stealing your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like the fact that exactly like you said, like I can use all the resources to do something positive, and you know what I mean? It feels good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And other people that you're working with pick up on that too.
Yeah.
Like the people that are on the same team as you, like if you notice, like it'll make other people around you work harder too.
Yeah.
It really will.
Yeah, that's one of the problems we've been having because no one wants to work as a team. So I told my supervisors like, look, just put me wherever you need me. I'm gonna do the best of my ability. You know what I mean? And then it's like I noticed that the person they keep putting next to me starts to speed up because they're working at my pace now. You know what I mean? And then like when I get down here, I go straight to the line, so I help them on the line. You know what I mean? And when I get done doing that, I go over here to Spike, and it's like, yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's got to start somewhere. You know?
Yeah.
Might as well be me.
Yeah.
Well, that was 2 different commercials mixed together.
It was.
Yeah.
It definitely was.
Yeah. I think that's what's so special about recovery. Like whenever you do get into the real world and you're around normies, like you see that they don't really care about principles.
Yeah.
Or like being a worker among workers, or
Yeah.
like everybody. It's really just about a paycheck, and I think that's what makes addicts and alcoholics so special. Because yeah, paychecks are nice, but like really, our goal is to just stay sober through the workday. Can I tolerate this workday?
Yeah.
While practicing the principles.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
losing my picking mind on Joe around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
nobody at my employment is named Joe, so I can say that.
Well, that you know of.
That I know of.
Yeah.
You know who is making a hell of a paycheck today?
Uncle Sam?
No, they're actually shut down, I thought.
No.
But we're not doing that. The Patriots and the Seahawks are making some money today.
Boo.
Here we go with this.
It is Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Has anybody got any picks?
I mean, I'm just naturally going with the Seahawks because that's my dad's team. But other than that, I really could care less who wins it.
If both of them could lose, I'd be fine.
I'd be fine with it.
Well, my take on it, okay, I usually pick someone.
Right.
But this year, I don't know, man, because like the Patriots have been to the Super Bowl 11 times.
Yeah.
They got a hell of a team. I mean, the quarterback has been running some yardage this year.
Yeah, but the points they scoring throughout the year ain't there.
Okay.
They
That
not
being said, I'm going with the underdog today, and I would like to see the Seahawks win.
I thought the Seahawks were
Seahawks are the favorite.
favorite to win right now.
Yeah, absolutely. But I picked the Patriots, although. Okay, I'll use the first name. Y'all are familiar with him, but that's Drew's team. Okay, and we've had debates about the best quarterback ever, and my team had the best quarterback. Just so we're clear yet again, because to be the best, you got to beat the best, and that's what my quarterback did. So, with that being said, if I had to pick, I'd pick the Patriots.
Huh.
Yeah, and I don't care for the other team's quarterback for.
Obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not so obvious, but still.
Yeah.
I had absolutely no idea who was playing. I only watched the Super Bowl for the commercials.
Okay,
The
so
commercials are
Patriots,
funny.
Yeah, they're always so fire.
Patriots or Seahawks?
The
I don't know.
the
I have no
halftime
opinion.
the halftime show is supposed to be Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
I believe it's.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to feel about that. I think
Why?
But well, it's not. I don't really know. I don't listen to his music or anything like that. Like I feel like they should have put Snoop Dogg up there.
Oh, always.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you remember
know
that one
what's-
Super Bowl show he did?
Yes,
Yeah, that was
yes.
fire. They had all the OGs up there.
Yeah.
So what's brown and rhymes with Snoop?
I know the answer.
Dr. Dre.
And for those of you that say the old line, Dre doesn't rhyme with Snoop, he rhymes with him because he's on the same album with him.
Boom. Knowledge bomb.
Mic drop.
No,
Anywho,
don't do
but-
that.
Oh, y'all are special. I see.
Actually, you were the special one. We were all.
Right.
You were the leader.
Trusted servant.
Disciple.
Hey, why lookest thou at me such way?
Nice word choice.
Thank you.
Lord.
I
There was-
digress.
Yes, he's digressing. That's the sound of Sean digressing.
So, topic today,
Let go and let God.
and I know how we may feel about that topic today, but coming into early recovery, what did we think, maybe say, and feel about this? The difficulties in doing so? Or the simplicity in it? Whichever.
Well, I mean, like, I always believed in God, but I never really surrendered myself to Him until I got into the program and started building a real relationship with God. And yes, I have found that letting go and letting God, you got to surrender to it. I mean, you can't, there's no half step in there. And once you do, it's visible as hell.
Yeah.
It really is. What's your take on it?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to me now?
Yeah.
I feel like the prideful alcoholic in me wants to say the politically correct answer. And be like, hallowed be thy name.
Yeah.
But early in recovery, that was hard. That was hard.
Yeah.
That's like the step between, that's like the transition between step 2 and step 3. It was hard to learn how to let go and literally just let God, because I wanted so much control and I had such an idea of my own independence, and obviously those things are rooted from just always having just yourself whenever you're using and whenever you're drinking, and also not even being able to trust yourself. So this idea that something bigger than me was going to hold me through all of my trials and all of my hardships was hard to grasp. And I think still today, even later on in my recovery journey, there's still things that I just haven't absolutely let go and let God, because they're almost these things that have been with me my entire life, like precious things. Yeah. And early in recovery, I did not want to admit my dependence on anything other than myself. I literally couldn't. My trauma would not let me. My fear would not let me. I could not admit these things. But like Martin said, once I did, and it started over a slow process. Once I did, it was visible. You could see it. It was like I had been carrying bags of sand my entire life, and I just let it go and let God. And I've experienced that freedom. I know that freedom is real. And I look forward to that, with other life challenges and stuff that I still just grasp so tightly to.
Yeah.
So I just recently graduated drug court.
I know, that's right. I seen it too. I seen the picture of you, and when I seen that picture, it was so beautiful. I was like, that is literally the face of freedom. The judge, you are in a courtroom. You're in a courtroom, the judge is behind you, and you're standing in front of this judge with your fist in the air. Yeah. And it is the most beautiful picture of anybody that I've ever seen.
That is, I saw that picture.
Yeah,
I like that
picture.
picture.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
You're very
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
Congratulations, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Definitely.
So, so life has begun for me. Trouble really I haven't really, other than not having to get up at 4 o'clock and step through, you're in the test. Other than that, I plan on
Test urinal? You test urinal?
I went to go test the other morning.
Yeah.
I've been happy right now. I gotta go test. What was it?
No, but like you're in the engineering there.
Y'all let this man share.
So how much did we lose today?
I don't know, bro.
I didn't even touch my mic.
It don't matter.
No, you did because you put that little black thing on there. This is all.
Yeah,
No,
Sean.
I didn't. No,
Yeah,
no.
we're trying to
You
play.
took the black thing off.
He was over there trying.
Yeah,
to
but you
play.
covered me.
Ain't no way.
No, you're shitting me.
Are you guys gonna cut this? Let's just start back.
No, listen, wait a minute. I was looking at it and it was still on.
So it's just a couple seconds.
Yeah, it's just your take on it.
Of course it is.
Oh my God, those.
Just covered mine. No, anyway.
So what's your take on
Let's just start back from the beginning.
what's your take on like going like
Sorry for
God?
the technical difficulties.
I mean, do you really want me to start all the way back from when I was just
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, kind of got to, brother.
Acceptance,
So,
brother.
yeah, the surrender, like I said, where I come from is no surrender, no retreat. You know what I'm saying? If there's beef, we go hunting. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I had to carry that mentality. It's, I learned that in the street, and I carried that mentality. And a part of me still, it's easier for me to surrender things, but I still have certain things that I've gained from the street that I'm trying to surrender because it's not that I don't want them, but it's like, I don't feel like I need them anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like the acceptance, the surrender, then acceptance, that's the biggest part of let go and let God for me. Because like when I first got in recovery, surrendering to something that I had no idea what it was, no idea if it was going to help me or not. I didn't have any conception of what God was or what He's going to do. You know what I mean? So like that surrender to something that I had no idea was hard. It was real hard. It took me quite a bit to get to that point where like I am now, like everything is just surrendered. Like if I can't do nothing about it, I can't do nothing about it. And it took a minute to get to that point, the acceptance. There's a lot of things that now it's just I accept for what it is. Kind of like that whole thing of if you're worried about it, pray about it. If you pray about it, why worry about it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that took a minute.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I think that ties into the promises that you will have a whole attitude and outlook upon life.
Yeah.
A new
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. And that just the attitude on life, like by itself, I had a shitty attitude. You know what I mean? Like I didn't like people. I didn't like myself. Like I didn't want to be around anyone. I didn't even want to be around myself. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, but now like I have compassion and genuine love for the other person. Like even if I don't know you, like I'm gonna show you the same love that I would if I knew you. You know what I mean? Like in the same respect too. Like, and then so I was having this conversation with my mom. Like we started arguing. You know what I mean? And it's like the purpose is you can't get an attitude with me or get start cussing me out and then expect the opposite back. Like, I'm not gonna continue to show you respect. I'm just gonna not talk to you. You know what I mean? So it's like, but now today, like, I don't have to act when things like that happen. You know what I mean? And that's like another thing too. Like, yeah, if something happens, I don't have to. It's not everything doesn't deserve an action or reaction. It's your choice, you know.
Yeah.
And that was the attitude that I carried like for so long. Even fresh in recovery was terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was terrible. Once I started praying about it and then noticing that like my prayers were being answered, I noticed that it was starting to get taken from me. You know what I mean? And like the attitude changed, the perception on life changed, the conception of what God is to me changed. You know. So, yeah, it's wonderful. Life today is. Blessing is like an understatement. You know what I mean? Like, if there was a word bigger than that, like more, like deeper than that, is what it would be for me. I can't even think of a word that would really describe how life is for me today.
Blissful.
To me, that's close. Serene would be another close word, but
Yeah.
it's
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
close. Like, you know, it's really deeper than like blissful. It's deeper than like serene, and like even serenity. Like, it doesn't touch like the freedom that I have today. You know what I mean?
There's a peace within.
Yeah, like I was trapped in my mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? About everything, and like all that's been relieved. You know,
Yeah.
and like that freedom that you get, that I got, like. Nothing could take that. You know what I mean? Nothing at all. I wish I had a word that could describe exactly that. If I could put all those words together, that would be it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Free.
I think what you're kind
Free.
of describing sounds like the presence of God.
Yeah.
Because it can't be described, it can't be understood, and like
Yeah.
there really isn't a language that you can put to it.
Yeah. And like, I find myself praying like, even like I always pray, but like I pray even more so like recently, an extra large amount of times a day, you know? And like now I can see even more so. Like I prayed about something the other night, and then the next morning it showed itself. You know what I mean? And it was like, that's how quickly like he's responding to me. You know what I mean? Now not all the time it's gonna be quick like that, you know, and I understand that. Sometimes it's the patience part, you know. But I prayed for guidance, like help me, you know what I mean? Like, and I still pray today, like help me, you know what I mean? Shit, just because I'm sober, just because I'm in recovery, like I still need help. You know what I'm saying? Like help me, guide me, and very quickly he made a way. You know what I mean? So like it's like a weight literally was lifted off my shoulders in a very short amount of time. You know, it's wonderful.
So, can you expand on
The prayer, that one.
how it showed itself,
Okay.
and whatnot?
So, all of January, basically, I was laid off. Now, when I prayed the prayer, like, to help me, like, it wasn't, like, I wasn't praying it for a financial gain. Like, it wasn't that, but, like, so I've been behind on rent, I'm behind on car payment, like, all these things are, like, starting to pile up. I'm praying this prayer, like, every day. My landlord, she's understanding. I've never had a landlord that understanding. She's not pressing me for the rent. She knows I'm gonna get it to her when I can. So the other night, what day was it? Not last night before last. I'm laying in bed. It's like 1 a.m, and I'm just like, please help me. You know what I'm saying? Just show me a way. Like I'm struggling right now. I feel like I'm drowning. Please help me. The next day, I go out to eat with my brother, my little brother, and I get a call from Carmart, where I got my car from, and they're like, you're 1 day late, and I was like, I know, I'll be up there in a minute, I gotta talk to you guys. So, previously I went up there, and they tried to do a contract modification on my car to where they can push my payment back. And the last GM wouldn't do it because I had just done it in November. So, I get there with the intent of pushing my payment back to not this week coming up, but the week after, which would have made my payment like $480 or some shit. So I'm like, well, I really can't afford it, but if I can do it, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Just to stay caught up. So I get there, and the new GM that got that day, literally that day, he was like, listen, I'm going to do a contract modification for you. I'm going to push your payment back to March 6th. Just pay $16 today. You know what I mean? Like, and I only had $18. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally. So, and like, that's, you know what I mean? It wasn't necessarily a financial gain. Like, I'm not asking you to give me money. I'm not asking you to do all that. Like,
it's the grace.
It's that grace. Like, that feeling that I got, like, okay, he's hearing me. He's here right now. You know what I mean? Like, it was because now I have 3 weeks where I can pick up on my rent. You know what I'm saying? And then when I get done with that, should take me about 2 weeks. When I get done with that, I got an extra week to where I can get my car payment paid. You know what I mean? And then continue on top of everything, you know? And it's just that weight right there alone has been lifted. You know what I mean? Yeah. So much worry, so much like, I would say depression, because I wasn't really depressed about it, but it was starting to get to me. You know what I mean? That scratching feeling like, bro, you behind. Bro, you behind. And I don't like owing people money. You know what I mean? But just in that way right there, you know? And then with my brother, so my little brother was like my best friend growing up. And like when he left the house, we stopped talking because I was getting high. I was doing dumb shit. We're sitting down and eating, and like I'm telling him, like, listen, the reason why I didn't contact you is because I was getting high, bro. I was gonna influence you to do the shit that I was doing, and I didn't want that for you. So he was like, bro, I don't hold no grudges. He was like, I still love you. Like, I'm still here for you. I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? It's just that feeling right there. Like, I was able to make an amends with him and receive a positive feedback from him, you know? Like, that, just that right there. Like, God's present then, too, you know?
Yeah.
It's wonderful. I love it. I swear.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sean, what about you?
What about me?
What's your take on it?
Let go. Let God. I don't know, man. When I first come in, I heard everybody trying to tell me that, you know, I was fighting and fussing about this, that, and the other, and, you know, all that stuff I couldn't control anyway. Well, you know, for lack of better terms, it pissed me off, dude, because I didn't get what they were saying. I couldn't grasp the concept. You know, to whatever extent I believed in my distorted mind, I controlled everything in my life. Like from a very early age, you know. I mean, I was let loose and I would run the streets at 5 and 6 years old, bro. I was coming home at midnight, asking Mama, when you gonna let me stay out till 2? You know what I'm saying? Like, like everybody else, you know what I mean? Like, I had free reign for a long time. When they tried to rein me back in, fat chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bucked the system and Mama and Daddy both. Let go and let God. And the will. I didn't even get the concept of will, because my daddy told me a long time ago I didn't have no willpower. You know?
Wow.
It just did not. It was not computing in my head. I couldn't. The gears wasn't turning. You know. I guess it was somewhere around not working step 2, but experiencing step 2. You know, where I began to come to believe, only in prayer alone. You know what I mean? I mean, it's kind of how it happened with me. The prayer, I prayed, worked, I seen relief where I could not get any way else by any of my, you know, anything that I tried to do. You know what I'm saying? It was the prayer alone that helped. And then because of the help I got through the prayer, I would continue to pray. You know what I mean? I was eventually it was basically the one day at a time thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could not deal with it at the time. And I felt it just so much more healthy, relieving, you know what I'm saying? Less taxing to even deal with, you know. Letting go and letting God, you know what I mean? My trouble still today is letting go, letting God, and not taking it back. You know what I mean? I still have these things almost a year and a half in, I don't take them back, but I still find myself in my head with them.
The
You know what I
acceptance
mean?
piece.
Yeah.
Having to constantly, that was my thing too. Like constantly have to see. I surrender something, and then like you said, a couple hours later, like I got to surrender it again.
Yeah.
And then, but that's just a practice. You know what I mean? That's to me, that's like sharpening the sword. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like the more I surrender it, the easier it becomes. But just because I got to do it 100 times a day, like progress, not perfection. You know what I mean?
Would you agree, Megan, that surrender is a big part of letting go and letting God?
Yes, absolutely. I like that you bunch surrender and acceptance into letting go and letting God, because that's really what it's about. Because when I surrender something, I'm laying down any weapon that I have, any weapon, whether that's manipulation or fighting harder, striving harder, toiling harder, any weapon that Megan uses, and it kind of that's why the steps are in order. You know what I'm saying? Steps 1, 2, and 3, because step 1 is where I found out my crazy ideas, like how the things that I'm powerless over and the things that I go and strive to do are what makes my life ultimately unmanageable, because my ideas, they don't work.
Yeah.
They don't work when I'm in that crazy, insane mindset. I heard it laid out, a take on insanity. They were like, insanity does not mean that you are crazy. It does not mean that you need to be put into a psych ward and the key needs to be thrown away. Right. That is not what it means. It means that you have an entire pie and you take a piece of that pie out. You still have some pie, there's just a little bit missing.
Yeah.
And that is the description of the alcoholic. Right. We have that, there's like that one thing in me that's just missing. Mm-hmm. So when I take any of my ideas and I try and go and strive for them, when I learned that, how powerless I truly am and how my ideas make my life unmanageable, that's when I was open and available to the idea that there is a power greater than me that can do something better with my life other than me. Right. Because I am completely insane. Like once you see that down on paper, you have no other choice but to be like, wow, like, this is why I can't live with me. Because nobody wrote that but me. Right. Nobody wrote that. Like, those were my ideas. I did that. And it's like the smallest thing. I thank God for the treatment facility that I went through early in recovery, because they taught us so much good meat that I use today in my recovery. But whenever I surrender, like, I thought the same thing. It's like, it means I'm giving up. Yep. It means I lose somehow. Yep. It means but it's just pride.
Yeah. So like the step 1, like the powerless, like that was another struggle for me, because I felt like whenever you say like I'm powerless over something, means I don't have any power. Like I'm completely weak over that situation. And then after, like when I started working and I really started to really work that step, like I realized like it's empowering by me saying that I'm powerless over. I'm weak over that right there. Like I cannot do that at all. You know what I mean? And like that was that surrender part. Like I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. And then after I did it, it's where that freedom started to come into. You know what I mean? Especially after step 2. You know?
Yeah.
So where I was gonna go, I know y'all might see me over here lost in space because I had lost my whole track of mind.
BD.
When I first come in, I was almost blessed in the fact that, you know, I had been taken to church as a kid and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it might have scarred me a little bit. You know, my Christian grandmother, one Sunday I didn't want to go. She come pick us up. You know, send me and my stepsister and my stepbrothers. I'm at the door. I'm like, I ain't going. And she, you know, well, yes, you are. And she go get out of the car. I said, I ain't going. I shut the door and locked the door, locked her out. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm staying home. Well, I proceeded to be called, you know, like Satan, spawn of Satan and Satan's child and the son of Lucifer and all this, you know. And, I mean, it was no longer attractive to me at that point. You know what I mean? So coming in, and when I say baby shit green.
I love it when he says that.
To the program and to all of the spirituality, you know what I mean? The big step for me was going to the Bible studies and learning the Beatitudes. You know what I'm saying? Blessed are the poor of spirit and all this, you know, and cursed are the, you know, and I was like, you know, and man, really, it kind of told me, you know, you got a chance, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're done to this shit, you know, you can really grab onto this, you know, and you know, because they say in some of the recovery literature that the ones that have had the religion or God prior to, or even in recovery, and then have fallbacks or whatever. Like it's even harder to grab back onto it because the sense of shame and guilt and remorse, or God's forsaken them or whatnot. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. For I guess, a lack of better terms, it gave me a sense of confidence. That even it was even more possible for me. And I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. I feel like it takes away from the ones that had been, like it's going to be easier for me. But I mean, I don't mean for that to sound like that, but that's the way that it come off to me in my mind. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be easier for me, But in order for that to happen, the surrender had to take place, you know what I'm saying? And the acceptance has to be there as well.
Yeah.
The acceptance was a big part for me. I didn't want to hear that shit when I heard it, but I was, of course, like I shared before, first 6 months or so, I'd say damn near over 3/4 of the meetings I attended, I was crying. Yeah. Bro, I was just distraught, ass on fire, bro. I got a fire extinguisher kind of thing. Come here and share about my stuff, and the old timer grabs some big book next to her from somebody else and goes, page 417, reason, 4 hours, mad as fire, dude. Like, that ain't what I want to hear. I want to hear how do I fix it? How's it get fixed?
Yeah. You want me to accept my life?
I mean, come on, dude. No, there's a better answer, and that's not it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that shit. But I've also expressed to that same old timer, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the Al-Anon meeting, where I was sitting there talking about how it was, she did this, so man, he just straight cut me off right there. But it's not her fault. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I had a lot to say back to him. You know what I'm saying? But it took me a little while to really appreciate that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And every time I see him now, I still thank him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I needed that.
Absolutely.
I think that's called being humbled.
Yeah.
Right, for real.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not saying I'm humble.
No.
Okay.
But,
Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble.
so I was.
That's a country song.
I was at the healing place in Campbellsville, man, and for family night is once a month, and before you can see your family, they have to sit through an hour-long Al-Anon class. Well, you have the option to sit in on that class if that's what you want to do. So I want to say that I made that mistake, but it wasn't necessarily a mistake. Like, I don't know how to really express that part. Like, I learned a lot, and at the same time, I was combative like that, like, well, she did this, or, you know what I'm saying, they did that, and then, I was shut down, too, real quick. Like, no, it's not their fault. You know what I mean? They didn't do what you did. You know what I mean? And then, once I actually soaked in what they were saying, realized what they were saying, that's another thing that helped me with, me seeing my part in all my bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's your fault. You're the reason I went to jail. You're the reason why I was drinking. You're the reason why I was getting high. You're the reason I was in the street. You're the reason I did this. No. You know what I mean? Just because you say something doesn't mean I have to react. You know what I mean? And you could look at me wrong. We was fighting. You know what I'm saying? So Al-Anon. I'm not. I don't encourage you to go to an Al-Anon meeting.
I absolutely do.
No.
It's an experience every addict or alcoholic should have.
I've never been to one either.
Go in there and tell them about yourself.
I feel like if you go, you should be at least a year or so in, because it could be spiritually like a spiritual malice to go and realize all the shit that you did, and if you go too early, I feel like you could go back out.
Yeah, I feel like if you went to one, you'd have to either sit there and just
listen,
observe. Yeah, because if you get involved,
to each their own. Okay,
yeah.
I was 2 months in, and that was one of the best experiences ever happened to me.
Yeah.
At the time, I couldn't appreciate.
Did you just sit there and observe, or did you put in?
I was sharing.
Competitive.
And he straight cut me off, told me I just need to shut the hell up. That was not her fault, and then I chose to.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I needed that. 2 months in, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That
that's what I'm
changed
saying.
my whole course in recovery.
the AA book refers to that as the them, those, and they attitudes that we come in with. We're like, if I did that, it was because of them or those or they. That's
well, I mean, that allowed me to look at all my shit that I had done so much differently. Like, instead of, I wouldn't have used if she loved me like this or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No. She did the shit she did because I was who I was, and I did the things I did. You know what I mean? Had the roles been reversed, number one, we wouldn't have been together for 24 years because I'd have dropped her ass like a bad habit. All right? I would have told her no, too, when she proposed to me in front of the family at Christmas. You know what I'm saying? I would have had 120 guys on the phone as well. You know what I'm saying? Talking to them actively while professing my dedication and love to the other. You know what I'm saying? And swearing off, no, there's no others. You know what I mean? Everything that I felt like that she had done, I mean, I'm sure I'd have done more. You know what I mean? I could excuse, and it's not even the right word, because I feel like everything that I felt she did wrong was all a byproduct of the bullshit that I put her through. You know what I mean? All my inefficiency, all the presently absent bullshit, you know what I'm saying? All the cheating, while not intimate, but in every other aspect that one could cheat in, lying, manipulating, stealing, thieving, it's just endless. There's... Wow. I can no longer excuse my actions in that relationship. That relationship was a byproduct of my bullshit. And that's what the Al-Anon allowed me to do.
To see it, yeah. Yeah, I feel like it could do that for anyone, really. But
it's valid, I feel like right there.
I don't want to say that's like a mindset thing, but like you got to be spiritually ready to hear that shit, man.
Well, I don't...
Acceptance.
Yes, it is acceptance, absolutely.
That and the willingness to hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, because, I remember my first meeting when I'm actually like, I heard something. I don't even remember exactly what it was, but I didn't like it. And I was like, I'm not coming back to this fucking meeting. You know what I mean? And then, like, the next week I was back at the same meeting.
So that was like a dose. So that was like a dose of medicine, but you had to take it a certain way. You had to know how to take that medicine to be able to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So there's people, that's exactly what I was just sharing. Like, there's people that like will hear something that they don't like, just one thing. You know what I mean? And they'll stick to that one thing I don't like because they're looking for that reason to leave. Like, and I feel like some of us that would venture into one of those meetings would hear something like that and they're like, nah, fuck that. You know what I mean? And then like the whole point of recovery.
F-bomb.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Tally number 2.
Tied up, coming around the bend.
1-1. But seriously, like I feel like it can be helpful. It can definitely be helpful. It can definitely curate, if you will, your road in recovery if you let it. You know what I'm saying? But like at the same time, you got to be willing to hear and accept what they're saying and really understand, like, you played a part in all that. You know what I mean? It's not, and sometimes we don't want to hear that. I didn't.
I didn't either. I didn't either.
I'm sure you didn't.
I didn't either. Hey, if we wouldn't have had a mediator, I mean, he's a big fellow. I mean, I was about to come across the room on his ass. How dare you tell me about myself? I'm not ready for that.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah. Wow. That was good. That was good.
So today, in church, I made it back to church today. Lord Almighty.
Yeah.
I don't think I realized how much I needed that and missed that. You know what I mean? Like, really, it's a different kind of re-energized. I come in a room sometimes and get re-energized too, but that's a different. It was a good service today, and it was basically encouragement. You know what I'm saying? Enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Being enthusiastic about your faith or whatever. And what God's done for you. Okay.
Yeah.
And somewhere along the lines, like maybe God was talking to me all along.
Yeah.
All right. About the Beatitudes, the light, and the salt. You know what I mean? It come across like an announcement, bro. Be enthusiastic about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Be that light. Instead of being the dark and dimming all the light everywhere you go, sucking the air out of all the rooms that you go.
Yeah.
Be enthusiastic about this new lease on life. You know what I mean? And to be the light, like I've always intended you to be all along.
Right.
Okay, and I did just that, you know. Like I will show up and open the door in the club, and Angela be in there cleaning. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, "Hello," you know. I'm about to scare the hell out of her. You know what I'm saying? It's like this dude's ain't right. You know, something wrong with him. But he quoted. He read a quote from Saint Augustine. You know, God will make the wind, but we got to lift the sails.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's.
I like that.
I like
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah. I really liked it.
Yes, it's kind of like exactly what I was just saying though. Like, so one time I went to church with Sean. Okay, it's like the first time I've been to church. Like, I've been to church before, like when I first got in recovery, and then like I was on this mission to like go to different churches to like I want to learn different like religions, and then even more so like different churches, they do different things. You know what I mean? So I go, I'm sitting in this, you know what I'm saying, in the service. And just that he, like the last, 15 minutes, I think.
No, I think it was the first 15.
Was it the first 15 minutes? Right, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, he said something, and it just,
No,
it
say
didn't.
it.
Huh?
No, say it.
You want me to say? So
Say it.
he was talking about being gay, like not being accepted into the kingdom, like just because you're gay, and like I didn't agree with that. You know what I mean? And like that's just my opinion, but like I was fixated on the fact that you said that. Like
Missed the whole
I
message.
missed the whole message. Like I missed every bit of it, and I haven't been back to that one. You know what I mean? And like that kind of bothers me too because it wasn't.
You were closed-minded.
I was and I don't know. Afterwards, I was even talking to Sean and Carly about it too. Like I just felt like wronged. You know what I mean? Like you should not have said that. And it's like, who am I to tell him what he can and can't say?
Boom.
Like, you know what I mean?
Boom.
And it was like
Right there.
and exactly like Sean said. Like I missed. I thought it was the last 15 minutes. It was probably definitely the first 15 minutes, but I missed the entire message. You know what I mean? And there's just things like that happen, like even in the rooms. Like you'll find that one person will say something, or just that one person will come in, and you're just like, bro, I can't stand him. You know what I mean? And like it's whenever that person speaks, you're completely missing the message because you're fixated.
Yeah,
on,
you got a block on.
yeah, like you're fixated on the person and not the message. You know what I
Right.
mean? And so like it didn't ruin my perspective on that specific church or anything like that. But like I see where at that time, like the closed-minded that were. You know, who am I to tell him he can't feel like that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who am I to tell him that this church can't feel like that? If that's, you know what I'm saying? If that's what they believe, then that's what they believe. Who am I to tell you can't believe that? You know what I mean? And yeah, I completely missed that whole service. I missed all of it. And I was sitting there, you know what I mean, actually listening. I was paying attention, but I wasn't. I didn't hear nothing.
So, on the same experience, I did the same thing. because I had just had a discussion with another friend in the program. She was having difficulties with her church because that's what she was hearing in church. I mean, and she is
Yeah.
or whatever. And I'm like, well, come to our church. Our church don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then next service, I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, can't believe you just said that. You know?
Yeah.
I had to talk to my sponsor about it.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, blah, 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 and, you know, to shorten the answer, I'm judging him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
As soon as you said it.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yep.
Immediately.
I'm judging
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
I mean, he may be doing the same thing, but, you know, why am I so taxed by that message? You know what I mean?
I'll tell you why I was so taxed by that. You know what I mean? Growing up, he's still a very good friend of mine. Gay. I known he was gay since he was like 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? And that bothers me because, first of all, who am I to tell them that they can't like whoever they like? That's what their preference is. That's on them. You know what I mean? But like, God loves everybody. Period. Like, it doesn't matter if you're gay. It doesn't matter if you're straight. It doesn't matter about any of that. Like, I get that, like, you know, Adam and Eve and all that. Like, I get all that. But like, that's where the free will comes into. You know what I mean? Like, and just because you have free will, like, God, you ask for forgiveness and you one wholeheartedly believe it and you accept him as your savior, like it doesn't matter if you're gay or not. You know what I'm saying? So like whenever he said that, it bothered me because it's like, who are we to say that we can't get in? Yes, I understand that it's, you know, probably in the Bible somewhere, you know what I mean? But like at the same time, like, who are we to say that we can't get into heaven just because we're gay? You know what I mean? Or we're lesbian, or, you know what I mean?
Which brings me to the whole thing I still struggle with today is where does the line between accountability and judgment blend? You know what I'm saying? Like, hold somebody accountable versus being judgmental. You know what I mean? Taking somebody's inventory, you know.
I think it's a fine line.
Yeah.
It's a very, very fine line.
Well, because the Bible study I was going to until they changed the time of it, I'm no longer able to make that.
Is that an explanation or an excuse?
It was kind of like
Okay.
both.
I don't know what I'm trying to say. It was not necessarily an explanation, but a narrowing of to give an idea of where I'm speaking of.
I personally think accountability can come to me from people that I know and love and I've given access to. But whenever I'm judging somebody, I know if I'm judging somebody.
Yeah.
So is it the family thing that we've spoken of previously?
The friend family thing.
Yeah. Like that door is open, I would say, for me and you to hold each other accountable. Rilo, Anthony, Woody, not so much. Martin, maybe not so much. You know what I'm saying? Angelina, not so much. Because those are that's precious when you hold somebody accountable, because they have to know that it's coming from a place of love and not coming from a place. I think sometimes you can hold somebody accountable and have the truest intentions possible, and they can feel judged.
It's like, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Because if we're not on the best of speaking terms all the time, and I try and hold you accountable, that's
It's gonna rub me the wrong way.
Yeah, right.
Step on my toes.
Right.
I feel like, okay, so
I feel like if you came at me with something like that, though, I feel like I would know that you're coming from a place of love with it instead of disrespect or whatever.
I feel like whenever we get held, okay, so like you were just saying, so like if y'all hold each other accountable, and then like if me and Martin hold you accountable for something, I don't think it's necessarily accountability that we're holding to that point. I feel like it's a concern. You see what I'm saying? Like, and like usually, so I was talking about this yesterday. So usually, like in a situation, especially like if I'm close to someone but not like real close to them, the way I approach the situation is like, listen, I'm concerned about whatever whether it be an old behavior or whatever it is that's happening. Like, this is what I'm seeing. I'm kind of concerned about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you want to, maybe you should take a look at it. You know what I mean? But like,
you've actually came to me like that before.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because like, anytime, that's the thing, like accountability concerns, like that's a place of love. And like I said earlier, like I have genuine love and compassion for everybody. You know what I mean? So like especially like for you guys, like, even with you, really, because like I cherish your opinion whenever we come in here and I listen to you speak. You know what I mean? Like you have a genuine, I can't even, the words again, like you have a genuine thought about you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like what you say is real. You know what I mean? So like whenever I don't see you as much, you know what I'm saying? But like when I do, you know what I mean? Like if I had something I was concerned about, like, listen, bro, like, I have a concern. You should, maybe you should, maybe you're not seeing it. Maybe someone else is. I don't know. But I just have that genuine compassion for other people and love for other people. So like if I see you slipping, or like if I see you might have started falling backwards, like I'm gonna try and build you back up. Like, listen, maybe necessarily not do it like this. Try it like this. You know what I mean? Or like, maybe you should take a look at that. I don't know if you got something going on, but I'm here to help if you need anything. You know what I mean?
Okay, so accountability and concern. I messaged Megan yesterday. Did you change the oil in the car yet? You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's accountability, right?
No, that's a concern.
Okay. Well, I wanted to message Megan last night after I got the pic, because I recall some afterthought after the one neck tat. She wanted to get it removed, and now she's going to go get another one. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, what about the last one you wanted to take off right after you got it? You know what I mean? Like, so is that accountability or concern?
That's kind of one of them things that you do it once. And
that sounds like concernish.
I had to do it again to make
like,
sure.
Like, are you okay?
Yeah, that sounds more on the concern side.
Maybe we'll run out and get a neck tat.
I don't know. I feel like
accountability would be if she was trying to get a neck tat of like
a name or something.
Or Aryan Nation or some shit like that.
So you should know that tattoos are definitely a coping skill for me. Every time in my recovery journey that I have gone through like a huge letdown, I've always went and gotten
Was that a concern or?
That was
Always.
judgment, I think.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
I did not receive that.
No, you did not. It was.
No, he
it was,
received it. I gave
Yeah.
it.
I totally received all of that one.
I don't know. Going back to what you were saying though about being in the church and hearing the first thing wrong, you're like closed off. We do that so often.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because at the beginning of every single AA meeting or in a meeting, don't we read the opinions of the speaker are those of the speaker?
Yeah.
They are not a reflection of AA as a whole.
Yeah.
But still, if it's like one thing, like any kind of belief that we have, like your belief behind that is that you don't agree with what they were saying.
Right.
So then your desires follow that.
Yeah.
Like your desire followed that, and then you acted completely based off of that. And that even goes back down to like our belief in a higher power. Early in recovery, I had to check like what my beliefs of God were.
Yeah.
Like what were they? What did I know or think of whenever I thought of the name God?
Right.
I had to check my ideas. What were my ideas before I surrendered and let go and let God before I did this? And they were not good.
Right.
They checked the facts. They were not good. My beliefs on God were that God was a cuss word in the household on Friday nights when my parents were drinking. And there was this one time whenever I was in a vacation Bible study, and they was like giving out a free Mountain Dew. And this is so childish, but it's true. This happened. They were giving out a Mountain Dew, and I remember I was sitting out there, and I was like, God, if you just let me win this Mountain Dew, God, if you just let me win it, I'll follow you. I did not win that Mountain Dew, and I was like, I'm never talking to you ever again. I was only like 10 years old,
Yeah.
10 years old.
Yeah.
So those were my ideas about God. And I grew up in a terrible household. It was chaotic. It was rough. Like there was a lot going on. It was a lot going on at all times. And there were 7 of us, so like that's chaotic. You know what I mean? And we were living with unhealed parents, and so God was nowhere in my vocabulary. So before I could let go and let God, back to that same treatment facility that I was in, they had us write a paper on like who God was to us, what our understanding was.
Yeah.
And when I wrote that and I seen the things that flowed from my heart from like what I had learned in recovery about God, it became easier to let go and let God.
Yeah.
It became easier.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I love, I went to the Hill place in Hammersville, and while I was there, they actually taught you recovery dynamics. And like, so there's a lot of treatment facilities here in Kentucky that don't do that anymore. You know what I mean? And like to me, the recovery dynamics is so important because like that's where I really learned about my disease. Like, it centers in the mind and all that. Like, it broke down so much to me that I didn't understand. You know what I mean? Like once I understood it, once I started to really get deeper into that, like, is when I realized it was definitely just the way I thought. You know what I mean? Like once you really start to work on that right there, like it just, like you said, it comes easier.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I mean?
the
Like,
nature of your belief.
Yeah.
Your desires and actions will follow.
Yeah.
So can I ask you on your experience with recovery dynamics?
Yeah.
Because I've had 2 experiences with them, albeit they was brief. But as brief as they were, they both tried to explain God out of the equation.
Yeah. So the recovery dynamics is basically like
yeah, God, but you didn't put in no effort. You didn't put in no work. Like trying to tell me that I did it and not God.
So what they're
I'm like,
Wow.
So I'm glad that you actually brought that up because I was sitting on the porch one day and I would say probably the same person we're talking about came outside and expressed the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everyone talks about God, but it's like you didn't put in the work. So
yep, this same one.
So this is my take on what he was saying, and like again, the message, not the messenger. You know what I mean? But the way my mind works now, it's like I'll hear something a lot of the times, and it's like, what did they really mean by that, right? So like it's kind of like the same thing I was talking about where I said you can't lean on a shovel and pray for a hole to get dug. You can pray for a hole, you know what I'm saying, and he's gonna deliver you a shovel, but you gotta dig the hole. You know what I mean? So it comes regardless of how anyone wants to think about it. Like God plays a part in it. You have to take action. Yeah. That's the point of the 12 steps. It's an action program. Like you have to take the action. However, when you're taking this action, God is guiding you through it.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So like it's a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? Like so his belief or their belief on what God really does for them is probably a little bit different than ours. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we do put the action in. We have to take the effort. We have to make the effort. We have to become willing. We have to do all of these things. But while we're doing this, the reason why we become, a lot of the times become willing is because of God. He allows us to become willing. He guides us through that. You know what I mean? And like, the way I took that was his opinion on who God is for him is different than mine. You know what I mean? Like, God helped me through it. Yes, I put the work in. I did that. Foot soldier, I did that. You know what I mean?
On his power.
On his will.
I felt a
You know what I
new
mean?
power flowing in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think those recovery dynamics and all the other stuff that they teach in these facilities, it's important.
Yeah.
It is important because the AA book says that we have a disease of the mind, body, and the spirit.
Yep.
So, like, I can't treat the mind like I treat the spirit. I can't treat the body like I treat the mind. Like, they all need a different treatment. Every single one of them. Like, my mind needs new information and new ideas to flow in it. My body needs less chemicals, less drugs, less alcohol, more health, more healthy food. My spirit needs, like, the things that I do to keep it healthy, being in community, being in fellowship, having sponsored, running my ideas off of other people. So when you take all three of those treatments, put them together, they create a whole man.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it was definitely important for me to just on the recovery dynamics part, like, because like there was so much that I just didn't understand. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't put that. You know, it's a 3-part disease, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is centers in your mind, but it also is a spiritual malady.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And there's all these different things that compile into that. And like, you know, once you start to treat one, you can continue to treat the other. A lot of the thing that really bothered me about some of these, you know, treatment facilities is that they only treat one part. It's up to you to treat the rest. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, there are some, I haven't been to every single one of them. You know what I mean? I've only been to 5, but I've only graduated 2. You know what I'm saying? I've only actually put forth the effort to work 2. You know, really I'd say 1, because the 1 I kind of manipulated my way out of. Anyway, I did. I was at a 28-day treatment facility, and I convinced my my counselor that after 20 days I was good, and they graduated me.
Wow.
20 days in. Yeah, that's 2012.
Mouthpiece.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm fine.
You know, the gift of gab. You know what I mean?
I did a good job.
Yeah.
Boost up their ego.
I mean, I had the same gift, but I was ready to. I had the same gift to Gab when I did the program. I had to do the 28 day.
Yeah.
But when given this opportunity this time around, I really was so done. Like they say in all the meetings, sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was done, dude.
TWA.
I was ready to
Thoroughly whooped ass.
I was ready to surrender and do this thing, and I don't regret it at all. If I had it all to do over again, I'm glad it happened the way it did.
Yeah, absolutely. I've said it before. Like, you know, taking drug court, like when I did, like, it was just a way out of jail. You know what I mean?
Well, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've done that. Like the first time I was put on drug court, I was just going through the motions to get through it and get back out there.
Every time I've taken drug court, it's been that.
Well, this time I was willing to accept it, and I surrendered to it.
The whole reason that I became willing and actually put forth the effort to try something, and then as I started working the program, not just the 12 steps, but also a drug court. Like, I had a conversation with someone while I was locked up, and I told him exactly that. I'm going to get out and give me 30 days. I'll be back. It's exactly what I said to him.
Yeah.
He said, but you know how stupid you sound? He said, try it, bro. He said, 6 months. If you don't like it, come back. It's exactly what he said to me. I like challenges. I love challenges. And he challenged me. You know what I mean? And after I got out, like, even though my first initial thought was, I'm just going to manipulate my way through this. I can do it. Hell, I've done so much time locked up. Like, following the rules is easy. You know what I mean? But, like, once you actually, the first, like, 6 months was me literally putting forth effort to change everything about me. You know what I'm saying? And, like, as I started to do that, my mind started to change. The willingness, the perception on life, everything started to change in that time. So, like, it slowly became, this is what I want to do because I want to live. You know what I'm saying? So it went from oh, I'm just doing this to get out of jail quickly to, okay, I need this. I want this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that, you know, like I said, 2012, I took it. I lasted 6 months. Terminated after 6 months and sat down for 16 months after that. You know what I'm saying? And then when I got offered this time, I'm the same shit. I start the same way, and that's the disease. Like, I'm just going to go get high. That's exactly what I said. You know what I mean? And that was 2 years ago almost. You know? I'm grateful that I took this journey for real. Changed my life for the good, for the better, you know?
Yeah, it helped me rebirth myself all the way. I mean, like, I had nothing but the shirt on my back.
Wait. Who rebirthed? Oh, that hurt.
Did you just shock?
My lip just got shot. Who rebirthed you?
God rebirthed me.
There you go.
But
I just got shocked again.
what did I say?
I rebirthed me.
Well, what I meant to say, I was reborn.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
Like a phoenix.
What's the end of that paragraph say? We were reborn.
Yeah.
We need to get that picture of Martin framed, blew up and framed.
Yeah.
I swear I love
I want
that
to put it on
picture.
a t-shirt for real.
Yeah, I seen that picture and I was like, wow, that is
So,
the most beautiful thing I've
Megan,
ever seen.
I have to find this picture.
what is your sharpened thought of the day?
My what?
Shortened thought.
What is
Where
shortened
did you see that
thoughts?
picture?
So-
Where did you see that picture?
I'll show it to you.
I want to.
That's an
Okay.
outside issue. You
Yeah.
can after the podcast. Sharpened thought.
What does that mean?
Okay, this materialized before the podcast.
Here we go.
Okay, I am Sean.
Okay.
This is Martin. Okay, and I'm sure you're familiar with what a sharp is.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have a thought, it seems like a good idea at the time, but maybe wasn't after all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is a sharpened thought. I'm Sean. He's Martin. Sharpened thought. And it was before Woody come along.
Yeah, but we gave Woody.
Good morning, Woody.
No.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Woody's goodies would
What's
be his
good,
thoughts.
Woody's good.
Yeah.
What's good, Wood?
I'm okay with that one.
I think Woody's goodies is better.
Yeah.
Good morning,
Yeah.
Wood sounds all
See, no-
It does. Thank you very much.
She said it though.
He's not.
Yeah,
all
she did
inclusive.
say it.
He's exclusive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't call you Woody goodies or goodies Woodies. What'd you say?
Woody's goodies.
What's
Woody's
good,
goodies.
Wood?
I'll accept that.
Okay.
Are you asking me when the last time I had a sharpened thought was?
No, he's asking you for a sharpened thought.
Yeah, give me an
what is
instance
your
of your
sharpened
sharpened thought.
Like one of them that was like early in recovery. There's like one that comes
Today, yesterday.
off top of the
and
head.
early-
Well, there you go.
The first one that comes off top of the head, and I think this is very common with people that are early in recovery.
This is a real sharpened thought.
Yeah, this is a really,
Dear diary,
really short.
this is great. Ooh, ow.
Yes.
It's all the
It's electric.
electricity.
Yeah.
We gotta stop shuffling
It's
our
all
feet
your
on the
negative
carpet.
vibes, bro.
It's because we're shuffling our feet on the carpet, and it's building up electronic.
Telling me you're dancing a jig.
Your thought.
It's electrifying.
Anyways, it's electrifying. Yeah, rub your feet on the carpet.
It's electric.
You gotta move.
I'm shocked.
What a shocking thing. Early in recovery at that same treatment facility, that was just such a blessing to me. And I mean that like 100%. Two things can coexist at the same time. I was like, maybe about 8 months in, and I found me a little boyfriend. I found me a boyfriend early in recovery. And my sharpened thought was that we were going to leave and run off into the sunset together. And when I play that tape out today, like if I had taken that opportunity, dude, oh my goodness. The only thing that kept me behind was the fact that the place that I was in took such good care of me, and I had a comfortable bed and clean sheets, and they like spoiled us, literally. I mean, like anything we wanted was at our disposal. And this was before I was even working on myself. I didn't even have that surrender moment until a year in. That's when I was finally like, okay, God, like, surely you have to have something better than this. And it's like you were saying a while ago when you were in that jail cell and that guy was like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
And you're like, I like a challenge.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of like the first entire year of my recovery. Like I ran on pure spite.
Yeah.
Pure spite.
Yeah.
Everything I did was not to recover. It was out of pure spite. And that's pretty sharpened.
Yeah.
If you ask me. Everything I did was
Good
pure
sharpened
spite.
thought.
Very good sharpened thought.
Thank you, Megan.
Anything from Woody's Goodies?
Yeah.
Good morning, Wood.
No.
Stop saying that.
She
Stop
agrees
trying to make
with
that
me.
happen.
Yeah.
It's never gonna happen.
It's not going to happen.
It's not gonna happen.
No.
I mean,
Sharton.
just yeah.
No,
like
Woody's Goodies.
No, this is a Sharton thought.
No, this is Woody's Goodies.
Could be an episode of the Chronicles.
I mean, I like the topic of what Megan was just saying. You know, like so many of us believe that, like, you know, when we especially early in recovery, like we meet someone, you know what I'm saying, and they're all them. That's you know what I mean?
They're telling you
And then,
everything.
Yeah,
you want to hear.
you know, and then like very very quickly they become your
there.
higher power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I can recall a couple
We all
times,
have.
like, so 2012 is when I first really started.
Really?
I don't even say I was in recovery, but it's when I started to get sober. So the first time I came in the room was in 2012. But like I met someone there, and then like very, 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 very quickly they became my higher power. You know what I'm saying? And like that right there, just alone, and it, you know, it's a woman can, you know, do that just as easily as a man can do that, and either way, like they could both lead each other out. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy for that to happen, and like. So, I mean, my opinion on just that topic alone is like, it's a mindset. Like, so when I started my recovery journey this time, I was in a relationship with someone, and I didn't allow them to A, become my higher power, and then B, take my focus off what I was doing. I was trying to recover. I was trying to become a better person. You know what I'm saying? So, irregardless of what they were doing, I wasn't going to allow them to stray me from my purpose. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't going to happen.
You must have worked your step 3 good that time.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, by that point, like, because when I first started, it was like 6 months, I think, before I actually got into that relationship. But like in that 6 months, like I said, I rigorous work that I put on myself, and like I still do the same work. You know what I mean? But it's just even more so when I first got in recovery, because I really wanted to change everything about me, like in the sense of like I know I could be a better person. I was a piece of shit. You know what I mean? So like once I realized my purpose and really stuck to that, I didn't allow that person to stray me from my purpose. You know what I mean? And like that's where the mindset thing, in my opinion, comes from. You know what I mean? Like you gotta have that mindset if you're gonna start a relationship with someone, because especially in early recovery, especially if they're in early recovery as well, like it's very, very easily for them to stray you off, or you to stray them off as well. You know what I mean? Like, and I wasn't gonna allow that to happen. You know what I mean? So early recovery. I thought it was a good idea to make that person my higher power, and that's dangerous.
Yeah.
That is dangerous, boy.
Yeah, very. Ain't that called 13 stepping or something?
No. 13 stepping is where you say I got 2 years, and this person's got like 6 months, and I'm just going from person to person to person. It's 13 stepping.
Yeah. You're trying to dive into a relationship with somebody that's
That ain't even worked to step 3.
Right.
Yeah.
in early recovery and is vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know, and you're preying.
Praying on them. Yeah.
You are now a predator.
Yeah.
Another Sharton thought. I just not thought of this. So early in recovery, man, there's so
She
much.
likes
If
the
you,
Sharton
I do,
thoughts.
I do. Because I think about all the crazy stuff that I did early in recovery. I was just talking about this at work the other day at my part-time job. I was talking to my manager. I was like, "Hey, do you remember this?" I was like 3 months clean, right? And like, this is my first job. My first job in like years. Like, I mean, like years. And she asked me, and it's like, where?
Yeah.
She was like, I want you to go outside. I want you to go outside, and I want you to clean the gas pumps.
No, you didn't.
No way.
I don't even know.
And I was like, yeah, okay. So I go outside, and I'm out there like on my phone, scrolling, vaping, living my best life, smoking cigarettes, like 3 months clean. I'm out there doing nothing, literally nothing. I go back inside. She's like, "Did you clean those pumps?" Because I've been out there for hours, like hours. I was like, "Yeah, I gave him a bath. I gave him a bath. I wiped him down. I had all of it at the works, the bucket with the soap, all of it." She pulls me in the office. This was a Sharton thought. She pulls me in the office. Oh my god, and she watched the camera.
Doom scrolling.
Dude, I was crazy as heck when I was early in recovery. She watched the camera. She was like, "You did not clean those pops." Oh, short and thought. Oh my god, I was so
Wow.
crazy, dude.
That one needed toilet paper.
Yeah, toilet paper.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh god, that was so
Are you
funny.
getting it?
Maybe.
The toil.
No,
It paper.
no.
Toil
Toil.
lit.
It.
Yeah, I get it.
Toil.
Look, we're not doing that.
You know, I'm surprised at the lack of.
You toiled.
See, that was a short and thought.
You toiled earlier.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
Oh.
at the,
With the stool and all. Yeah.
surprised at the lack of timidity.
Tim Titty.
Intimidity.
Intimidity? No, I think it's timidity.
No, it's intimidity.
What are
No,
we
it's not got
talking
an
about?
N.
Tim Titty.
It's timidity.
It's timidity. Yes, timidity. Thank you.
Timidity.
He said it right. You
What
give
is
him a hand. He said it right.
Timidity is a level of timidness.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tim
Good.
Titty.
But he was saying it wrong. He was saying timidity.
Tim Titty.
Tim Titty.
Yeah, and it's
Timidity.
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 It's timidity.
Short and
You
thought.
said it right earlier, so it's over. You said it correctly. We're done.
I didn't say it correctly.
You
did.
said timidity.
We clapped and everything. We made
Yeah,
it official.
we did make it official. You can no longer mispronounce it because
You
have
said
pronounced
it correctly.
correctly.
I can pronounce correctly
How come every time you talk to him, you got to go all the way up in the microphone?
because the mic don't never hear me.
Yeah,
never
the
listens to
mic
what
does
I
not
say.
like
Shock
Sean.
me.
It never listens to what I
Yeah, we
say.
all got shocked.
It's electrifying.
The
Yeah.
mic does not like Sean.
Oh.
Yeah, they don't get along very well. Sean and Mike. Yeah.
Leave him alone.
Do you know milk is the fastest drink on earth?
How so, Sean?
It's pasteurized before you ever see it. Can you put your lips close to the mic again, please? Closer.
Close your eyes. Woo, that was good. Had me crying there.
Good.
Tears pasteurized.
I look forward to this every weekend.
Every weekend.
It's like a rejuvenation.
So yeah, so we're hearing that you're starting a podcast as well.
I am. I'm
Okay.
definitely starting a podcast.
Want to tell us a little bit about it?
I do. God gave me the vision for the podcast, and I'm trying to keep my hands completely off of it and just allow God to move in that. Like you were saying a while ago, like faith without works is dead. Like
Yeah.
we give us the shovel, but we have to dig.
Yeah.
So I really just been putting a lot of work in behind the scenes, but it's going to be about just healing through life struggles and life trials and just the deeper places that we go, like the unseen places that we go with our higher power, the deeper waves, the deeper stuff, like where that scary stuff comes out to sometimes haunt us.
Yeah.
Sometimes haunt us. You have to have a higher power to look at that stuff because there's like once you go through the steps and you learn about your disease and you learn about yourself, like there's still stuff inside of us that needs to be addressed and looked at. And I don't want it to be to like lift Megan up. I want it to be for that person that is on the opposite side of the screen that maybe doesn't have access to all the stuff that we have. Like we are so blessed in recovery. Like we really are. Like normal everyday stuff isn't just normal everyday stuff to us. I think in the big book when they're talking about the fourth dimension, like that is the fourth dimension for us. Like being able to talk to lenders that we owe money to, being able to like be a part of just real life and pay car insurance and have jobs and practice principles and inspire and influence other people to work harder. Like that is the fourth dimension of life for
Even
us.
finding the ability to help another.
Yeah.
You know, with
and having that, because we were so selfish before.
Yeah.
So the healing room, that's what it's going to be called, the healing room Deep Waves. It's just going to be about just about that. Like other people who have walked through that and like what they did to get out of that. There is no right or wrong way to do it. What worked for you didn't work for me. What worked for me might not work for you. And it's just about having all different perspectives from all different mindsets on how they did that, and to just let other people know that they are not alone. And I look forward to that. I got a few people in line already to be guest speakers, and it's like different perspectives, not just from the addict perspective, like family members that it affected, the people that waited or was there for us when we were like in the jail cells or in the treatment facilities, the people that finally got to their breaking off point, and then just like trauma specialists or spiritual leaders, like just from anyone's perspective. And it doesn't even it's not even like it has to be just about recovery, because recovery is life. Like recovery is life. Everybody's out here recovering from something. Whether it be a breakup or cancer or grief or trauma. There's some people are out here healing from stuff that happened when they were 3 years old. And like, how do you describe that? Like, how do you explain that to people in your present day if you're 40? You know what I'm saying? Like, how does a 40-year-old tell someone something that happened to me when I was a kid is affecting my ability to work? You know what I'm saying? So just about stuff that really matters. Like truly matters.
Do you have a launch goal?
So I have not set an exact date yet, and I don't want to do that yet, just because there's a lot of stuff I'm keeping behind scenes still, and a lot of stuff that I have announced out into the public, but it's going to be special.
Well, stay tuned and we'll keep you updated as we get info.
Yes, most definitely.
So I said this.
Proud of you for that, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll watch. I'll be watching.
I absolutely cannot take any credit, because the stuff that flows from me when I am creating this podcast and the content around this podcast could never come from me. Like, it is from God. Like when I look at that, I'm like, that didn't come. That's good. That didn't come from me.
You know, and I say the same thing when we announce the podcast in our meetings. Basically, you know, because it's been brought up always promotion over attraction. You know, on the contrary, okay. Because this is attraction over promotion. Because me announcing the podcast has been suggested that we are promoting, and it's attraction over promotion in the program. So, and my rebuttal to that is it is attraction over promotion, because this is all through the program and a relationship with God, which has me. I speak for me only. I don't need to speak for these two. But that's what has me in the position to carry this message this way, is the work I've done on myself, God's done through me, and in the programs of recovery. I mean, and if that's not attraction over promotion, I don't know what is.
I'm going to concur with that.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I was talking about this last night, like the one thing that we can take in common, even in the rooms and even honestly outside in the world, is we all suffer. We might not suffer the same, but we suffer. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing, besides the fact that when we're in the rooms, we're trying to stay sober, we're trying to stay clean. That is the other real important similarity of the situations. But it's like, even in the world, like, I feel like we have an advantage being in recovery over the norms, if you will, because we have a program of action as to where we learn how to deal with different emotions. We learn how to deal with life on life, as to where someone who has never been in recovery really just, I mean, I don't really know how they handle it. You know what I mean? But a lot of the times we've seen it, like I've seen it work, like someone's temper will get the best of them. They end up walking out because of something stupid, you know what I mean? And it's like, I've worked the steps enough, and I've put that work in me to where I know, like, I don't have to react to that. You know what I mean? And like, I feel like we have an advantage over people that don't have the same program or won't work the same program. You know what I mean? And like, so like, the reason I asked, so we sitting in a meeting that one day, Martin had said, him and Sean were starting a podcast, and I was sitting in the meeting, and like the whole meeting, like I was listening to what was being said, but I was asking God, like, should I ask to be a part of this? Because I wanted to help someone. I've always wanted to help someone once, like, Russ really started working the program, and like I just wanted to help someone in any way I could, and so I prayed about it, and like at the end of the meeting, I got the response, like, ask him. The worst they can tell you is no. You know what I mean? So like I asked, and then it's flourished from there. And like I couldn't be more grateful of being a part of something that could possibly help somebody. Like, you know what I mean? And the response that we've gotten so far, just from starting and like till now, I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? Like just to be able to see, because like I want to inspire people and encourage people on a greater scale. Like, and if I can reach you over, would it be over YouTube or Spotify or just in person? Like, if I can help you in any way, whether it be you listening to me or listening to us, you know what I'm saying? Realizing that you're not alone, like, yeah, you know, I mean, we all suffer. You know what I mean? It's how we deal with that suffering.
Right.
I turn that into motivation. You know what I mean? I want the bad shit to happen to me because I just fuel what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Really. You know, it hurts at the time, but it's like, keep pushing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it kind of brings to mind another like wow moment or whatever. Sitting in the Life Recovery Bible study over here in Safe Harbor. One of the first months or two, and I was reading in that book, and it's got a 12-step in it as well. You know, it differs just in the least. But the first step was, you know, I'm powerless over my problems.
Yeah.
Like it just really generalized that, you know what I mean? I was like, well, I'll be damned, you know. Yes, the drugs and alcohol was a big damn problem. But, you know, it was my reaction to when shit didn't go my way. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that, I mean, that, I don't know, it just kind of really opened the eyes, you know what I mean? And another quick instance before I want to ask Megan something. When I was still with the ex, first entered the rooms this time around, she went to a few meetings with me, and we were at the Pigeon Roost. And, you know, these people were coming in with their kids. And then we would both look at each other like, man, who the hell would bring their kids to a place like this? You know, like, what is wrong with you? Like, I took exception to it. You know, I mean, I'm aware of some of the shit we talk about in these rooms. You know, why would you expose your kids to that? And these people in here, oh my God, these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, a month or two later, I go out with Grange with my first sponsor. And sitting there, they're doing the readings, and he got like five kids or something, ranging from a wee little laddie to one working the program. Every one of his kids was wording the readings, word for word. And I was like, oh. And then fast forward to where I see that step, you know, powers of my problem, man, this stuff should be in elementary school.
Yeah.
It should be taught in elementary schools. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it is a design for living, like it says in the big book. You know what I'm saying? Like, so my question to Megan is, I know you've got some pretty extensive work in a couple of recovery, you know what I'm saying, AA and NA, and pretty extensive faith, you know what I'm saying? So I guess my question is differences
Of what?
the programs, what you get out of them.
So whenever I was working the NA program, I feel like it went a whole lot more in depth, like way more in depth. Like the NA program is where I got my knowledge. That's where I got knowledge from. But as far as like learning and how to apply the principles into my life, I didn't get that from NA. But that was just for me, because I know people that have worked it and they do know it and it worked for them. But AA is where I started being able to learn how to live life on life's terms. Like, it's where I truly connected and could identify. And I couldn't work the AA program when I was early in recovery. Like, I just couldn't. It was like, in my mind, it was like reading the King James Version of the Bible. And, like, because it's hard to read. Yeah. Like, I didn't get it. It's like Martin was talking at the beginning of the podcast, like, brethren, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what the AA program was.
Come hither.
Yeah. Early in recovery, that's what it was like. But after I got the knowledge under my belt and like started learning the dynamics and like learning about my disease and how I was physically dependent on it, and how if it was just a disease of the body, then somebody could tell me, hey, you're allergic, and I could just walk away. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do that again. No, like it affects other stuff too. But AA is where I learned like the meat.
Yeah.
And that's been me and from my experience. But there's also a lot to be pulled from the recovery Bible with the 12 steps, because it does encompass not just addiction or alcoholism. It encompasses problems in life, period. Which is the ultimate
Process
goal.
addictions and eating.
There's
and
people and stories all throughout
Smoking.
there of people, of a man that was just a bad husband and a bad dad, and he found the 12 steps of the recovery Bible, and it like changed his entire life. People that were addicted to porn, like stories are in there about that in the recovery Bible, and how it changed their life and how they were able to depend on something, because no matter what it is, regardless if it's porn or I won't even go into specifics because I don't want to be political, but no matter what it is, like
anger, it could be depression,
it's a
or
struggle. It is a struggle, and they all have kind of the same mindset. Like it's something that we're using to cope. And while I don't think that anger is a good coping skill, some people do.
Yeah.
It just looks bad from the outside.
Yeah.
Just like I don't think that porn is a good coping skill, but some people do.
Right.
I don't think that, or I do. I think self-pity is a wonderful coping skill.
Stop it.
I like to wallow.
I think at one time we all did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
That's
each
correct.
program has so much to offer, and whenever I was able to like combine what I've learned from one program to the next and like have more of it, it just started clicking.
Yeah.
It started clicking more. It started clicking better,
Yeah.
and it just it works. It really works. Like there's stuff in the NA readings that you can't find in the AA readings,
Yep.
and it's so valuable. It's so precious, and it's like when you combine the two together, it works.
So I love the fact that you said that like it goes in depth. So like I have worked at NA Steps a couple different times, and like if you read any of the literature like inside the NA book itself, the way they break down the steps, because like the way my mind works is like I need to go further. You know what I'm saying? Like just me saying that I'm powerless, like there's more to it than just saying that I'm powerless. You know what I'm saying? And the way that NA steps are broke down in the book like makes so much, I don't say so much more sense to me, but like you said, like once you apply what you learned here and then start working it here and you apply it here and then you mash the two together, you gain so much more. You know what I'm saying? Like I actually worked the AA steps this time with my sponsor, but the steps I started to work with him were the NA steps. That we started on NA and then just transferred over to the AA. You know what I mean? So I'm still, my plan is to work the NA steps again. But I love the way it's broke down.
Yeah.
Like all the steps are broke down, and it's better for my mind. The way I learned is you know what I'm saying, more efficient when I learn it that way.
I have to break stuff down.
Yeah.
I can't take stuff at just face value.
Yeah.
I've never been able to. Like I always have to go deeper.
Yeah.
Always. Like it doesn't suffice for me. Like it's not enough for me to just say that I'm powerless. How?
Yeah.
How am I powerless?
Why?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why am I powerless? Like I
absolutely.
need to know that. And the way that the NA steps broke that down, it was like, okay, so powerlessness is anything that you're trying to do and you're just not accomplished. Like you didn't accomplish that, so you were powerless over that.
Yeah.
And it was like stuff as simple as like getting a job in active addiction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if I was, because I could never find one, so I was powerless over that.
Right.
Well, why didn't I? What was my solution that made my life unmanageable? Well,
Right.
I went and found somebody to be in a cup for me,
Yeah.
or I went and bought fake pee, or I couldn't
Yep.
pass a drug screen. Those are my ideas. Like those are the things that makes my life unmanageable. And I think Martin, you said a while ago, it's my reaction to the powerlessness that makes my life unmanageable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if I was in a sane mindset, I would have just said, "Don't use drugs.
Right.
Stop using the drugs.
Yeah.
Then you can pee clean." That
Yeah.
never occurred to me.
Right.
That never occurred to me one time. I was insane. I was insane.
So I remember in active addiction, you're speaking on getting the jobs and how I was going to get the job. I can't pass the drug test. And we always called the daughter,
Yeah.
okay? Well, my daughter started smoking weed. Didn't tell us. How dare you?
You're on plan.
How dare you? You know what I'm saying? Like, How dare you pick up what I'm putting down?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like it's okay for me to be a piece of shit druggie. You know
There
what I'm
was this
saying?
guy in Meade County that I knew that was taking drug tests, and he was having his old lady piss for him. And so they called him in, told him he was pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, there was one time me and an ex go to a job. This was a good job, bro. And I, at the time, was on fentanyl. All right. I didn't know that didn't come up for opiates. You know, your pain pills and stuff did, but the fentanyl didn't come up. I mean, this is before they was even cutting it with the dope and everything. Okay.
Yeah.
It was not very well known at all. Fentanyl just wasn't. And I get her to convince me to use some of her pee. Well, she was prescribed tabs. So I pissed her for tabs I wouldn't even take. You know, I was mad at her, bro. But back to the 2 program thing. Because it was suggested to me that, if you want to get sober and stay sober, that AA was, if you really wanted to learn about why you couldn't get sober or what the inner workings of yourself, then that's the NA. So you would agree with that?
Well, even the literature, the NA literature says in the 4th step, like, that we only touch on what's bothering us in the here and now. And, like, I would say that's probably the biggest difference between NA and AA. Like, NA teaches you how to deal with the present moment, like what's in front of me. AA taught me and is teaching me how to deal with not just the present moment, but also the stuff that's deeper in my past. The stuff that I was talking about a while ago, like 29 years old, can't focus at work, is something that happened when I was 4. So I think that's probably the biggest difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like surface level stuff. And I needed that at that time because I didn't have the emotional capacity to go deeper than that. I didn't.
Yeah. See,
I did. I wanted to be.
It's kind of funny. I mean, not to say that I could understand the literature of AA because that's not the case. I like to say it's it's a doctor, right? Writing it in prescription form. And then if you watch the old black and white movies, like their accent and that, that's how the book even reads, you know? And I'm like, I'm not getting it, bro. Like, but I started in the NA. And I don't know I couldn't get that book. And it was plain text.
Yeah.
It just was not jiving for whatever reason. But I felt, I don't even want to say more comfortable. I was getting fed in the AA. Yeah. Like for somehow, some way, maybe it was the number of big book studies, and listening to everybody's take on it, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it was the caliber of people in the meetings, you know what I'm saying, and their takes on all this stuff, the level of honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness as well. Yeah. But it was asked to me, where did I see myself growing? Because I did attend both at the same rate, but somewhere along the way, not only did I feel real stagnant in a man, for lack of better terms, it was dull. It was like real kind of, the whole energy level was just kind of down, you know what I mean? So, and I went to the AA, but with that, what I had just shared, getting more into yourself and the reasons why, I've been contemplating going back, you know what I'm saying, to work some NA steps, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that's just me.
The way my mind was working, so I bought a student Bible because I like the way it breaks down like the verses and different things. You actually learn more insight about what you're reading, and it's easier for me to understand. So the way my mind works is I would get 3 different Bibles. I would lay them in front of me, and then I would read each line from each different one to understand what I was reading. You know what I'm saying? So with the NA and the AA,
that sounds fun.
I had to do it. It's actually really interesting, especially when you get the New King James Version and these different things. But I used the NA book and the AA book. So yes, they're similar, but they're going to be also very, very different in the same sense. There's a lot, like you said, there's a lot of things you're going to get from the NA that you're not going to get in the AA. Yep. And it's vice versa, it's the same way. But the steps, just like in the AA steps that are in the book. The way that's not, to me, it does break them down, but it's not broken down the way that the NA steps. So what I did was, when I first started with my sponsor, the NA steps, I also worked part of the AA steps at the same time, which is the reason we transferred from NA to AA. But I would open the book and I would lay them side by side, and then I would, step one over here and then step one over here. You know what I'm saying? And
You would put them together and make one step.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I realized that doing that can be extremely difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because
Somebody told me that's why I was so confused, because I went to both meetings. You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm also an addict. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and all complicated.
Overcomplicated.
Yeah, to the extreme. And that's the reason initially why we transferred over to the AA steps. But just the insight of, I think that NA steps is, they're both really about like inside work, but like the NA steps really, like, it's when I dove deep inside. You know what I mean? That's when I really was like, okay, I'm gonna do something to change. You know what I mean? And it was because I started here, and like, yeah, I feel like going back to work and continue to work the NA steps would probably be beneficial, I guess you would say. It couldn't hurt.
So when I said the NA program is deeper, I meant like knowledge-wise.
Yeah.
Because the literal exact prescription for NA is like for 4-step. I'm always circling back to 4-step. Is the here and now.
Right.
So it's like, that's what it says. Write down what's bothering you still today in the here and now.
Yeah.
But then when you open the fat book for the AA book, it says to when you start your 4-step, to write down every single person that you have ever came in contact with in your entire life.
Yeah.
And then you take that list of those names and you decipher, like, where on these 4 inventories do they go? Do they go on the fear, have I not harmed them at all? Do they go into resentments? Do they go into sexual misconduct?
Yeah.
Like, which one do they go in? So AA is more deeper in the sense of like inner work, because that's a big prescription. You know what I'm saying? Like, every single person. And I found that when I did that, I had harmed every single person that I had ever came into contact with. And early in recovery, I couldn't handle that.
Yeah.
I could not handle that knowledge about myself. I could not handle that truth about myself. So I'm grateful that the NA program was there to just focus on the here and now.
Yeah.
Word.
So you've been a really great guest.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it. The
Yeah.
inside, like I said, the inside.
As anticipated.
Facts.
I did the work so you didn't have to.
Don't toil with him like that.
We're still on toil.
I think we all like enjoy the insight that you bring in the rooms, and not just in the rooms, but just about life. You know what I mean? Like, we've all suffer, we all go through things, but like the way you articulate the way you suffered and like the way you've come out of it, you know what I'm saying, is appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I certainly enjoy listening to you when you come in the rooms, and listening to you today too.
I'm just amazed you can still sit Indian style.
Yeah. That makes the suffering worth it, for real. Because when you're in the suffering, like, it's like, God, when is this gonna end?
Yeah.
Like, for real.
One of the things that I appreciate now, and the first time I had felt it or witnessed it, and didn't appreciate it as much, and not in you specifically, but just the first time I heard somebody speak in that manner, it's the matter-of-fact way. You know what I'm saying? In the absolute. Keeping it on self, but still, this is, almost like really just educated in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, know what the hell you're saying. Like, I ain't stuttering about it. This is blah, 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 hitting on all these points, bro. Like, where are you reading this out of, dude?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the first time I heard somebody speak like that, I was like, well, listen to this motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? But I also learned real quickly, there's a reason there is that absolute tone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the experience, strength, and hope coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's pain. That's further research.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's exactly what that is. Heed the message.
Yeah. So one of the things that you had shared one time, and we talked about it afterwards, you know what I mean? But it still sticks with me today, because like I'm still kind of dealing with the same thing. But it was, you was talking about your kids. I'm not going to get into it, but I had to realize the same thing. Like, there's still a lot, like, I don't know how the outcome's gonna be. You know what I mean? And like, because you said what you said about like being selfish in that sense, like I have realized like that could be a selfish motive there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like swallowing that pill is like still one of the hardest things that I have to deal with. But like the way you put it out there is, I'm still going through the exact same thing. And like just on that right there, like I realized I can't be selfish in that sense. Like there's a possibility that they don't want me around. You know what I mean? Like I don't, like I said, I don't know the outcome, and I don't know if that's the reason, but like that's a possibility, and I have to accept that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a little easier to, I don't say easier to accept, but it's easier for me to. Yeah, it's easier for me to accept that today, because I mean that's true. That's a selfish game. Like, who am I to force you to want to be around me? Like, this is not gonna work, you know. And like, just that really stuck with me after you had said it, after you shared that, because that was the truth. You know,
That circles back to the topic.
Yeah.
Let go and let God.
Yeah.
Let go and let God.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the hardest things, to let go and let God, because your identity as a parent ties into your self-worth.
Yeah.
It ties into like who you identify as a person, and whenever you like don't get the chance or the opportunity to be that parent that you know that you can be in recovery, you're plagued with memories of the parent that you were.
Right.
So it's like you're left with this new willingness, but these old memories.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It sucks. Like, you truly have to let go and let God. And that was one of the things that I'm very open about early in recovery, that I was like, and I didn't even realize that I had done that until I was faced with the situation of my daughter telling me that she didn't want to live with me.
Yeah.
And that was humbling.
Yeah.
That was humbling. I wanted to force my will on her.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like, I'm your mom and you're coming home. Like, that's what I wanted to do. I really wanted to do that so bad. So bad. But you know what else I also wanted to really do so bad? Leave her behind so I could use drugs. So bad.
Yeah.
So bad. Never had a second thought. And I have to take that into consideration. And I realized whenever that moment happened, whenever I was in the midst of that moment, it was no longer a them, those, and they attitude. Yeah. Sometimes it's not spiritual warfare. Sometimes I'm just sitting in the consequences of my own actions.
Yeah.
And that's painful.
Yeah.
That's painful.
And sometimes I haven't had enough consequences.
I was like, Lord, in the beginning, I was like, Lord, I am powerless and my life is unmanageable, and I surrender that over to you, everything, except the will to fight for my kids.
Yeah.
Except, but the will. And it led me into straight pain, straight up pain, led them into straight pain. And like now, I'm finally, after 3 years, at the point where I'm like, I was being drugged. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was no longer, I'm fighting for this, I'm striving for this, I'm strong-arming this, I'm going to continue to fight with guns blazing. I was being drugged. Yeah. Like, I needed to let go or be dragged, continue to be dragged. Yeah. So I had to let go and let God. And pain pushed me to a point of willingness. Not, oh, I'm just kumbaya, hallowed be thy name. No, it was pain.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, that's suffering. Like, sometimes we suffer in silence, but then we start to suffer out loud too. You know what I'm saying? Like, for
visible.
Real. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
carrying bags of sand.
Yeah, and like you said about like being a parent, like I used the fact that I didn't have my kids as a reason to get high.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like that day that you had said that, and I was sitting there and I'm listening to you, and I'm really processing what you were saying, like that. Then, because like I've reached out to them a couple times. You know what I mean? With I didn't get a response really from them until Christmas, this past Christmas. You know what I'm saying? It was my son. You know what I mean? Of the two, I would imagine that my daughter would reach out first, but it doesn't matter. Like, finally, I got a response, and like in that same, I was like, how could I be selfish enough to think that, like, I mean, I was selfish enough to not try to reach out before. You know what I mean? They weren't around me for a reason. A lot of it was because of my actions. You know what I'm saying? So I would be selfish just to think that just because I'm sober now, just because I'm in recovery, just because I'm not the same person as I was before, that I deserve to be around them. really, it's not even them to be around me. It's me to be around them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I caused so much pain in their life, and they're only, they're 14 and 13. Like, and that was hard, and it's still kind of hard for me to really accept, but like, I have to, because if I don't accept that right there, it's just going to continue to lead me down a dark place.
Acceptance is hard in that area. It really is, because like that, the acceptance prescription on 417 calls you to accept life exactly as it is, and then I start questioning God, and I'm like, so you're okay with me not seeing my kids? Now, like, this is, you want me to accept, like, you're sovereign and you're in control, and I'm not seeing my kids right now, like, this is what you want from me? Like, I literally had to cry out to God with that prayer, and it was so audible, so audible. He said so plainly, like a flower blooming up from the inside, I don't desire this for you.
Yeah.
I don't desire this for you. And I have to cling on to that voice, and stay in that mindset of, I don't know what God's going to do with it, but I know He's going to do something with it.
Yeah.
And I know that me getting high or drunk over not seeing them or being a part of their lives, I can toil in that. I can toil in that I don't know their shoe sizes or their teachers' names or
favorite color.
Or just all the small details that I get the privilege of thinking of today.
Yeah.
Even if I don't have the answers,
Yeah.
I have those questions today. I have that. I have that curiosity about their lives. That's precious.
Yeah.
That is precious. And I don't know what God is going to do with that, but I do know that He is God.
Yeah.
And He's going to do something with that. And I don't have to know the answers. And I also know that whenever they do come looking, or whenever that does circle back around, I'll be somebody worth finding.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Facts.
I believe God is telling me that you'll get them when you are ready for that relationship to just not exist, but blossom into the relationship that it should be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the other part of,
Them prayers for your kids have already been answered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get the blessings of these prayers when we're ready.
Woo!
Yeah. So I feel like a part of this, another thing I have to accept is like, maybe I'm not ready to be a father. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to accept that too, because like just because I'm in recovery, just because I'm doing the next right thing,
right?
Just because I feel like I got my own place, I got a job, I got all these things. Like, just because I'm doing all these things doesn't mean that I'm gonna be a good father. And like, not saying that I'm a bad father, because I haven't really been given the opportunity since I've lost them to be one. You know what I mean?
Haven't had sober on the job experience,
right? But like, it's like, so just because I'm doing all this, the next right thing, and all these extra things, doesn't mean I'm gonna be the absolute best. Because I'll just tell you right now, this took a lot for me to say, but I'm not ready to be their father. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ready to see them on a regular basis. I'm just not ready. You know what I mean? And I believe that is a lot of the reason why I've been blessed with their presence. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that I'm okay with that.
That's God saying you're ready for that much of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like, once like Sean was just saying, once I get ready to that point, once I reach not just me being ready, but them being ready, because that's the important part, them. You know what I'm saying? Once my children are ready to reach out, once they're ready to find me, like you said, I'm going to be worth something to find, someone to find. You know what I mean?
It's like, okay, I sit here in this room and I think about all the things that I deserve. I put this work in and I deserve.
Yeah.
I deserve to see fruits of it. You know what I mean? And what does my family deserve?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not am I ready for it, but they deserve security. They deserve peace.
Yeah.
They deserve all the things I think I deserve. And just because I put some work in for a few years, 5 years, even 10 years.
Yeah.
Look at the bullshit I did for multiple decades. You know what I'm saying? To my kid, for their entire lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I remember hearing the guy talking to me the other day. It hurts me. I'm just saying, to hear people come in with a month, 2-3 months. I'm talking about trying to make amends with their family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't. We're fighting and arguing, spitting and spatting, and they don't believe that I'm doing this for it. And I'm like, how many times did I do this and have them convinced? Full tilt. We're not doing that ever again. Yeah. It's different this time. I'm changed. You know what I'm saying? And I did change. DLCs. You know what I'm saying? I changed the way I lied to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I changed the way they found out.
Yeah.
You know, but all the pain was still the same.
Yeah. You know, for me, that realization, my grandmother, so for, you know, my grandmother raised me, so for a lot of the times, like, I would lie to her to the point where when I did it this time, it was like, oh, don't worry about it, it's all right. You know what I mean? Jack, just to hear that, like, whenever you apologize for something so many times over and over again to the point where it's like, yeah, you're right, it's all right. You know what I mean? Like, that really bothered me because it was like, I'm sincere, but it's like I just keep doing the same shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, does that apology even really matter at that point?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you apologize, you might be sincere, but like you keep doing the same thing. So does it mean the same to that person? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So like I made a post about this on Facebook the other day, and it said I heard this, and it rings true. What I utter with my mouth, my actions must prove. So
Yeah.
like instead of, and like even more so, I'm not going to go and apologize. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not going to do that. But I'm going to show you that my apology. You know what I'm saying? Because it means more in action and not with words. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Which is why, like on step 9, the amends. Like, you know what I mean? It's not about me saying I'm sorry. It's about what can I do to fix what I did. You know what I'm saying? And then if there's nothing that can be fixed on your behalf or like on my behalf, but for you, I cleaned my side of the street. I tried. You know what I mean? And that right there that's what's important. You know what I mean? Like, yes, it's for them, but it's mainly for you. You know what I mean? I couldn't get past that. You know, and it's just it's powerful.
Yeah.
It really is powerful. Like I really live by that. A lot of philosophers are like that. What their actions must prove what their mouth speaks. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's when I know that I'm truly apologetic for something, like
Yeah.
genuinely, like I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is when I don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And I just I'm not saying sorry anymore. I'm just
Yeah.
actions.
The actions.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Actions.
Keep coming back. Don't come back in black.
What does that mean?
What the heck?
Was that a Sharton thought?
Yeah, if you don't keep
That was
if
not
you
a
don't
Sharton
keep,
thought.
if you don't keep coming back, then how you gonna come back?
I thought he was going to
In
say,
black.
if you don't keep coming back, you're not going to be black. What the
It's a funeral hunt.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I thought that's where you were going with that, but I wasn't exactly sure.
I was scared.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Gratefuls?
a needle pulling thread.
Oh,
Sheesh.
That one missed
Are
it.
you just spitting out random stuff?
he spits a lot of random stuff. Gratefuls. You're the guest. You can go first.
Okay, I'm grateful to be on this podcast today and to be in y'all's little bubble of the world for Sunday. And it's been a good talk. It's been a really good talk. It's almost like it's just been us at a round table discussing and like the camera's not even present.
That's kind of the whole idea. Yeah.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. It's like a conversation among fellow recovering persons. And I feel like we'd have this same conversation without the camera.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the best part of it. Like it's really genuine. I'm grateful that you guys have me here today.
Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah,
We really
absolutely.
appreciate it.
Absolutely. Martin.
Grateful to have Megan here today. Grateful for God. Grateful for my sobriety. I'm grateful I get to do another day. I'm grateful for you guys, of course. I love y'all. I really do.
Bro.
We're getting T-shirts with Martin's picture on it.
Yeah.
No, we're not. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like what is that movie?
Sound of Freedom, baby.
No, not that one.
You're talking about the dude at the end where he's got his fist up and he's like
The
walking.
Breakfast Club.
Yep.
So I will post that picture on the comment section of this episode. So
Yeah.
make sure you send it to
I
me.
never-
And
Do
I
you even
will.
know where the comment section is?
Yes. Yes. Wow. I'm grateful for Sean, my homie, my brother. Yeah, those are all my gratefuls.
All right,
Yeah.
Sean,
Mark, Woody.
he almost called you
Yeah,
Martin.
he did. He did. I guess black people look alike.
He said,
I just playing. No, yeah, I'm
No, he
glad
wasn't.
that, we finally get Megan on the show. It's been great listening to you and hearing your picking your mind and really hearing what you had to say. You know what I mean? I'm grateful for you guys for this podcast, man. I'm grateful for God. I'm grateful for another day sober and another day for the ability to work on myself. You know what I mean? And, yeah, I'm just grateful today.
Thank you, Woody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm grateful to finally get Megan on the show.
Yeah.
It's been, like I said, a long time coming. I'm grateful for the viewers and listeners, to be able to hear some of Megan's input too that we get, a female's, perspective, along with some, knowledge, like just well spoken in the areas of struggle and, as well as blessings. Yeah, that's what I got.
All right.
Thanks, Sean.
So once again, like, share, subscribe, comment, and look for the picture she's talking about. I know which one she's talking about. It was a really great capture.
Yeah.
It really was.
It's a testimony.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was there up until that point. Like I had to go to work, so when he got done, talking and whatnot.
Yeah, you came and gave me a hug. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course, bro.
And thank you for everybody that supports any of us in any of our trials and tribulations.
Yeah, thanks.
We're really grateful for that. All right.
Y'all keep coming back. Don't come back in black.
Let's pray out with the we version of the Serenity Prayer.
How about the long form up there?
Let's do the simple, long, short version.
Yeah, let's do the we version of the Serenity Prayer.
Okay.
God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference just for today.
Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time. Accepting hardship as the pathway to peace, taking as he did the sinful world as it is.
Not as
we would have it, trusting that he will make all things right if I surrender to his will, that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with him forever in the next. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.